Hi and welcome. My name is Johnny Forgan. I'm from All Total Coaching. What I want to talk to you today is about the reasons how people get into becoming an incel. If you saw my previous video, you saw about the qualities of the incel. But today, we're going to go into the reasons what causes to become incels. And once you're aware of this, you'll be able to take yourself out of the matrix and become a red pill empowered man instead of a victim. But before we start, I am the author of the book, How to Be a Man, What Your Father Never Taught You. I worked on this for 12 years. This will change your life. But what is all this book all about? It's about how to be a man in this feminist society that we live in. So what do we talk about in our book? Manhood, what is a man? How to be a man? Women, relationships and sex. Media manipulation, indoctrination by the movies. Health, food and exercise and why it's so important. Money, wealth, what you need to know, what you're not taught at school. Value, what it is and why it's so important. How to overcome depression and fear, where 8 people in Australia commit suicide a day. 6 of them men. In the last couple of months, you will not hear this in media, suicide has increased dramatically, but you won't hear one word about it in mainstream lies media. Happiness and fulfillment, feminism, the real truth, family, court and consequences. How to be social and build a great network, keep up, how to maintain relationships, some of the rules that save your life, and sources and the resources. So today, we're going to talk about the reason that causes certain people in our society to become incels. We're going to have 6 categories, and these categories are as follows: ideological pressures, dietaries and food, traditional lifestyles, introgenic causes, cultural and indoctrination. So let's go into the first stage, category. Ideological pressures. Critical theory, look it up. Feminism that has changed the way men think. Social justice theory and social justice warriors. Number 2, dietaries and food. Gender branding substances in foods like soy. Chemical stresses and all sorts of things that are put into the food like GMOs. Next, traditional lifestyle. A lot of these people don't exercise. They have less competition. They get a trophy for participation instead of pushing yourself to the limit so you can get and excel and get higher and higher. Too much screen time. Watching TV, games, videos on YouTube, and porn, of course. Introgenic causes that bends your mind. Antidepressant, vaccine, NXE drugs, medical errors, any drugs, most of them anyway, that have side effects. I implore you to take, when you take any drugs, please look at the side effects on the box. You'll be shocked. Some of these antidepressants, my dear friends, that I know this for a fact, cause more depression. They cause the malfunction of your penis to not stand up, and it causes male malfunction, and more than that, it causes more depression and a lot of suicidal thoughts. So they put you in a cycle where you use all these medications, and then you go and take other medication to fix up other issues that they caused. And this is introgenic causes. Cultural, reduction in honor, keeping your word, value as a man, flaky behavior, direction towards victimhood and helplessness. This brings us to the last section, indoctrination. Instead of having a dialogue, like I said, I'm going to speak in one of my coming videos, instead of having a dialogue, mainstream media drum into your head day in and day out what is correct and what is not, instead of you making an informed decision. Not taking in accountability and responsibility for your own actions and your own life, thinking the government or he or she will save me. Weak emotionally. The moment you've got a drama, you're like a little child that throws the board on the table because you're not winning. Instead of dealing with your issues, your emotional, your physical, your mental issues, and coming out on the other side stronger. And the last but not the least, instant gratification. When good things take time. And I go into details in my book about indoctrination. And I talk in details about instant gratification and the victimhood. Well, this is going to cause you more and more depression. Because you're waiting for other people to help you. When nobody gives a shit, only you can help you. So these are the reasons I found that causes people to become incels. If you'd like to know the characteristics of the incels, go to the previous video that I talked about it. And these are the reasons that cause incels. If you've got anything you'd like to add, please tell us so we can help other subscribers or anybody for that matter, so we know about the reasons that causes incel. Our book, How to Be a Man, What Your Father Never Taught You, on sale. Links below. Thank you very much for listening. As always, email us at john@sosdating.com. I can change your life. The question is, do you want to? Or are you going to be a victim like the majority of people are today, and you wonder why your life is in a mess and all you do is watch porn? I'm not here criticizing anybody, but we all know the sadly truth. That's where our society is headed to. Thank you very much for listening. As always, you know I'm your friend, Johnny Forget. Bye-bye.